Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha. Uttaram Yat Samudrasya Himatreshchaiva Dakshinam Varsham Tad Bharatam Nama Bharati Yatra Santatihi. Welcome to all for this session on Skanda Purana to chapter 28 of Kedar Khanda under Maheshwara Khanda. In the previous chapter, we have seen the glory of birth of Kumara Swamy, who was the son of Shiva and Parvati. Lomasha continued the story. After placing Kumara on his lap, Rudra, the valorous Bharga, the lord of the universe, said to Devas, including Indra, "What is to be done by my son, O Devas? Let it be stated." Then all of them together said to Lord Pashupati, "Threat has come from Taraka to all of the worlds. O Lord, you are the Savior, you are the Master of the world, hence let protection be accorded. Today itself, O Lord, Taraka shall be killed by Kumara Karthikeya. Hence we shall go today itself in our endeavor to kill Taraka." Thinking that it should be so, Sura stated at once, keeping Kartikeya, the son of Shankara, at the head. All of them, with Brahma and Vishnu as leaders, had soon gathered there. On hearing about the preparations of Devas, Taraka, the mighty one, marched against Suras to fight them with a great army. The great army of Taraka that had come there was seen by Devas. Then an ethereal voice said, consoling them, "All of you have started after keeping the son of Shankara at the head. You will become victorious after defeating Daityas in the battle." On hearing the ethereal voice, all the Devas became enthusiastic, keeping the infant Lord Kumara at the head. They got rid of all their fears. When all the Suras who were desirous of fighting had arrived, the invincible daughter of Mrityu came there to woo Kumara. Formerly, she had been urged by Brahma to resort to great penance to enable herself to attain Kumara by means of such great penance. That beautiful lady named Sena, or also later called as Devasena, she, the daughter of Mrityu, she came there. On seeing her, all of them said to Lord Pashupati, "A very beautiful lady has come for this Kumara." At the instance of Brahma, she was wooed by Kumara. Then Kumara, the son of Shankara, became Senapati, Lord of the Sena, also commander in chief of the army. Then conches, drums such as Beri, Pataha, Anaka, Gomaka, Tundubi, as well as mridangas of loud sound were sounded. The entire firmament was filled with that loud sound. At that time, Gauri, Ganga, and mothers and Kritikas told one another, "This is my son, this is my son." Thus, all of them, mothers and others who were engaged in argument, were forbidden by Narada. "Do not commit any foolishness. He is born of Parvati and Shankara for the sake of accomplishing the task of Devas." Then all the Kritikas, along with the mothers, became silent. Then all the wives of sages, the Kritikas, were told by Guha, "All of you resort to the constellations and stay there forever." So the groups of mothers who were established in the firmament by Lord, accepting the daughter of Mrityu hurriedly, Kartikeya, the infant Lord, the son of Shankara, said to Indra, "Go back to heaven along with the Suras." Kumara was told by Indra, "Indeed, all of us have been harassed by Taraka. We have been driven out of heaven and we have disappeared to all the 10 directions. Now what are you asking of us who have been ousted from our position, O magnanimous one?" On being told thus by Vajra bearing Lord Indra, the son of Shankara laughed and said to Indra, "Do not be afraid. thus be granted him freedom from fear, even as the noble souled son of Shankara was saying thus. Rudra went back to Kailasa along with Parvati and Pramathas. The great Daityas, surrounded by the army of Daityas, came there. Great war drums were played. They were as terrifically loud as the sound at the time of great deluge. Intensely harsh sounds of martial musical instruments. Wonderful drums such as dindimas, gomukhas were sounded. There were many trumpets and large and harsh sounding military drums like kahalas and karashingas. Different kinds of musical instruments were played when Daityas gathered there. The heroes shouted and roared along with Taraka. Narada spoke these words to Taraka, a thorn unto Devas. Narada said, O excellent one among Asuras, effort has already been made by Devas for slaying you. There is no doubt about it. What is said by me cannot be otherwise. This son of Sharva has been intended for you. After knowing this, O mighty one, try to save yourself with great concentration. On hearing the words of Narada, the intelligent Taraka laughingly spoke these words. Go to Purandara, the Indra, O great sage, and report my words immediately and truthfully. You wish to fight with me, keeping the infant Kumara at the head. You are resorting to a foolish step. If you wish to do so, it cannot be otherwise. Depending upon a man named Muchukunda, you stayed in Amaravati on the strength of his glory and not otherwise. You are now standing before me, relying on the power of Kumara. I will kill you, O dull witted one, along with the guardians of the quarters. Tell him this, O celestial sage. Do not tell Devendra anything else. Thinking that it should be so, the holy sage Narada went to Suras, whose leader was Shakra. The intelligent sage repeated to them all that was uttered by the leader of Asuras, along with derisive laughter. Narada said, O Devas, let my words be heard. They should not be misunderstood. What has been said by Taraka along with his followers may be heard. Taraka just said, I will kill you, O stupid one. My speech cannot be otherwise. You who had been honored by the guardians of quarters have restored to Muchukunda, I would rather not fight with you, a coward who was resorted to a man despite you being the Deva. On hearing his words, all the Devas, including Vasava, said to Narada, the excellent sage, referring to Kumara, Indeed, O celestial sage, you know the relative strength and weakness of Kumara. How is it that his means the Taraka's words were uttered before me as if you had been ignorant? Narada laughed and spoke with words in his presence. I too laughed satirically and spoke befitting words to Taraka. O immortal Suras, understand you all that Kumara will be victorious, and I say will surely take place. There is no doubt about it. On hearing the words of Narada, all the Devas became joyous. They jointly rose up desirous of fighting with Taraka. Facing Kumara on an elephant, Devendra proceeded ahead, accompanied by the big army of Suras, surrounded by the guardians and quarters. Within Dundubis were sounded, many berries, musical instruments were played, lutes, flutes, and mridangas were played. There were there were the vocal songs of Gandharvas. After giving the elephant back to Mahendra, Kumara rode in an aerial chariot. It was studded with many gems and jewels. It was equipped with many wonderful features. It was extremely spacious and equipped with various marvels. Getting into the aerial chariot, the son of Shankara of great fame shone well. He was accompanied by all the Ganas. He was endowed with great glory and radiance. The great Lord was fanned with chauris of great luster. The umbrella offered by Varuna was held above the head of Kumara of Chandra by Chandra. It had great refulgence on account of jewels. It was fitted with many precious gems and stones. It was made highly splendid by means of rays of the moon. Then all the Devas assembled together with Indra at their head. They were accompanied by their respective armies. All those mighty ones were desirous of fighting. Yama came with his followers. The wind god came with Maruts. Varuna with the Pathas, means the waters, and Kubera with the Kushakas, Ishvara with the Pramathas, Nirarata with the Vyadhis. Thus, all the eight guardians of the quarters joined together, desirous of fighting in order to kill Taraka. They had as their leader Senapati, the son of Shankara, the most excellent one among the knowers of the Atman, worthy of being saluted by the entire universe. Thus, desirous of fighting, they descended to the earth. They stood within the dove in the middle of Ganga and Yamuna. The dependents of Taraka came from Patala with all types of subsidiary armies. They mounted about here and there, desirous of killing Suras in battle. Taraka, who shone in an aerial chariot, came there. The Daityas of great splendor had an umbrella held over his head, being fanned with chauris. The king of Daityas shone well. Thus Devas and Daityas stood in the region between Ganga and Yamuna. They had separate arrays of soldiers. They were accompanied by great armies. They kept the elephants on one side, different kinds of horses on the other side, chariots of various kinds, set with many gems and precious stones, stood on another side. There were many foot soldiers who were splendidly equipped with javelins, tridents, axes, swords, mallets, iron clubs, steel tipped arrows, nooses, and maces. The two armies of Suras and Daityas shone while they faced one another. They were desirous of killing one another. They were being eulogized by their kinsmen. Thus ended chapter 28 of the Kedar Khanda under Maheshwara Khanda in Skanda Purana, where we saw the details of preparation for the war with the Taraka and his army by the Devas under the leadership of Kumara. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmir Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime.